Hi everyone, I am April, also Wicked Crafty Mom, and I am making a video about backgrounds and accents. Today I have made quite the mess playing with stuff today, but now I'm trying to grab the stuff I had prepared. And I can't. Okay, so let's use my arms. There we go. Alright, this is I really have been playing like a lot this weekend so far, and it's only Saturday. So I finally figured out how to load my videos. I finally figured out how to, or at least a workaround for the time being, and so now I can upload more videos and go from there. Okay, so this is about backgrounds. This is a random scrap paper. This is about backgrounds and accents. So I've got a few different things that I wanted to show you, and then we'll make some backgrounds. Okay. I gotta pull, my stuff holders again. I gotta pull all my stuff out. So bear with me for just a minute. Okay. And then I definitely have a background that I want to make. So, stuff holder. So these are the stamps that I made out of foam from the dollar store. And this one I had cut holes here, but it already looked like a butterfly. So anyway, I stamped them, and what I thought would look really neat, I colored them. I just outlined them and I doodled in them. So that is one way to make backgrounds even if you don't have a ton of supplies at this point. You can still, I did this just with some tempera paint from the dollar store and a stamp and a pen. And so I just made like little, it looks like scales here. And then just some circles that I made on this one and some lines. I know it's not focusing real well because I'm looking right at I'm putting it in the wrong place, that's why. Haha, let's see if that helps. Not really. Anyway, some dots and some lines. And this one I called Darth Butterfly. Okay, so I don't quite remember what I did. Oh, okay. So this is just a background with a page that I used the stamps to make, just over and over and over again to make the stamps. I think I did that actually on a video, maybe. I don't remember. So there's that. So then I took these ones. These ones I haven't done anything with yet. Whoops, there goes, I knocked my camera. These ones I did, and I didn't, for this one I didn't do a whole lot, but the beak didn't come through and it looked a little wonky. This one I did the end of the paintbrush, not the brush part, but the butt. I used that, dipped it in some white paint, and just made some dots. After I drew some eyes on this paranoid little dude. He's looking behind him. Actually, they're all kind of paranoid looking because there was only so much I could do with those little eye holes that they gave me. Alright, so I drew hearts in this one and just kind of a grid pattern on this one. Whoops. This one I started getting a little fancier. See, I marked off the beak and I did straight lines. Flowers on this one. I used my embosser tip to apply paint dots on this one. So this is my embosser, and I just dipped it in paint, white paint, and that's how I made those dots. Let's see, I drew Opera Penguin because why not? And this guy, just I left him alone. He looked like he'd been traumatized. So this is just a button stamp that I made that I stamped a couple times. And the reason I did these is to show you that, because this is backgrounds and accents, so I'm going to show you how to make both. I wanted to show you that the stamp, this is the stamping that I did over each thing. This is just a flower. This is some circles that I carved, and this is a leaf one that I made. And so you can see what the patterns originally were, but I wanted to show you, like on, I don't want to cut that one out because there's not enough of him left. So I'm just going to fussy cut, whoops, I'm just going to fussy cut his beak right off. Oopsie. Sorry, dude. Okay, so, yeah, totally cut that. He just had his lower jaw removed. I apologize. Alright, maybe I'll make him, jeez, like drunken cutting here. Maybe I'll make him a prosthetic beak out of some orange paper later. Who knows? We'll see. Okay, so anyway, I'm fussy cutting around this guy. And then once he's cut out, you'll see that you can't really tell what, that was the whole point of this, is you can't really tell what the stamp was once they're cut out, because you're missing chunks of it. So it's only a pattern, it's only texture. Okay. So there's that. This derpy looking one whose face I cut off. Okay. But it added something. I don't dare try that again. Not really, but. So I did cut some of these out, like this. They are in here. So then I took those stamps. Remember those stamps we made? I took those stamps and I took these stamps and I combined them. So this is a stamp I made from a book page I colored and another book page. And then I took a butterfly that I cut out from this. So it was just the same thing I had done here. I cut it out and I put it on the stamp, and this one was at the edge already. See? So it came from there. And so I just made it going off the side. And this is wrapping paper and some paper I inked and the stamp. This is just a little piece of nothing that I had left over. Man, these birds are taking a beating today. This is a piece of nothing that I had left over. I had tempera painted it with the same color blue that I used, but because I used the same blue on top, it just kind of made it brighter. And then I traced around it so you could see it and made it look like it's singing. Let's see. There you go. And then there's this one that I did with a stamp, and it is backed with a stamp. Here we go. And this one I just traced around with permanent marker so that it would have a nice defined black outline to differentiate it between the background. This one is on paper that's already patterned, and so I just doodled in the stomach and in the wing area, and then I doodled differently in the stomach and the wing area. Oops, I'm not even on camera. This one I just drew it like a normal bird with a belly singing, and then this one I put in a nest. And I could just put this whole thing on a page and it would be perfectly fine. Or I could cut them out, or I could cut one out, or I could tear one out. I mean, there's so many opportunities with these. So, okay, so there's that. I made this little envelope. It's super easy to make. I saw them on Al John. Just take a piece of paper. I trimmed the corners after I turned it into an envelope. You fold it up like this, and then you fold the top over it, and you just glue the sides. So I've made a ton of small envelopes like that because they're super easy to make. So I use the stamps and the stamps. So I want to show you that the stuff that we made, the stuff that we've used, that we can use it again for other stuff. This is another page of writing that I did. That's all it is just writing. And then I ended up using it to make a collage and make digitals and stuff like that. So there are actually a couple of digitals in the Facebook group that I have put up, and I will show you their origins. So this is just a square stamp, or it's got 4 square stamps, and then I just drew some lines to kind of give it some depth. But this is a good collage piece by itself too. Okay. All right. This is part of what we're doing, what we're going to be actually doing today, so I'm going to leave it alone. Okay. This is just stamped. This is just, I sat down and I made some backgrounds by taking paper, and this paper actually had stuff on it, but you can't really tell because of the way, like it kind of looks like old ledger or something because of the way the stamp is. It's just, I'll show you. It's not that one. It's this one. Okay. So, whoops. This is the stamp that I used. And I just stamped it over a bunch on the background. And then this is that paper that I just showed you, the one that I wrote. I made a copy of it and I printed it on some cardstock, and then I sprayed it with coffee and let it dry. I've been playing with coffee dyeing so that I could do a video on it. I've been playing with color dyeing. I found out some things that don't work nearly as well as I want them to, but I also found some things that work awesome. So that'll be in a coming video. But I just sat down and I stamped a ton of stuff. So this is just a scrap of paper, and I stamped these on it in this color of ink because it matched this. Here's another scrap that I stamped. I was literally just grabbing scraps off my scrap pile and stamping them so that I would have them to use later. Then this is one that I color dyed, and it's got some shine to it. I don't know if you can see it at all. Yeah, you can kind of see a little bit because I used a metallic paint and water to color this. And then I used that same blue stamp so it would just show up a little faintly. This is another scrap after I played with it. This is part from a phone book that I just tore up like the first page or so, and just because I really liked I wanted a background that was simple and easy and had the very small type and uniform type. I just wanted this one feel, if that makes sense. Okay. So I just collaged that on with collaging. Mod Podge. No, my glue all. Sorry. This is just a stamp. I stamped it over and over again. It's this stamp. And I just used my vintage photo distress ink. This way. Vintage photo distress ink by Tim Holtz. And just stamped it repeatedly. Sometimes it wasn't coming out very clear, so I was flipping the paper over and pressing the paper down like this. Like that. That gave me different kind of layers to it. This is this stamp over and over and over again. Oh, this is a drawing my kid made. But here's the thing, there's no date on it, and there's nothing to identify which kid did it, and I have a bazillion of their drawings. So what I've done is just use the blank space around it, because I coffee dyed this so that I could use it, and I'll be able to just use, you know, tear pieces off from here. I'm not worried about this dude. Maybe I'll include him in something at some point. I'm not ruling that out. This is another coffee dyed paper. That same stamp, I did that in the Tim Holtz Distress Oxide Black Soot. And this one had lines on it, like that blue paper did. And I just stamped repeatedly, did some more, did some more of this on an old piece of paper from junk mail. And that stamp was this one with the Distress Oxide ink. And so I just did that a ton. Just started stamping stuff. This is another colored dyed paper. And again, I'll show you how to do that on a special video just attributed to color dyeing. It didn't come out as vibrantly as I wanted, but I have some ideas. I have ideas. This is a stamp, just a little bit. Just grabbed a piece, stamped it because I needed to clean off my stamp. And this is more color dyed paper and kind of a gray, neutral-ish. This one's more, has some teal in it, kind of looks like the ocean to me. So this is going to be fun to use. More color dyed. I had so much fun doing this, and then I just tried it with blow dryer. It's the most use my blow dryer has gotten in a while. So I don't have all that much hair to blow dry anymore because I cut my hair very short. Okay, so that is those. Now, this paper here inspired me. This one. I have been holding this paper for about probably 20 years. I got it. Maybe it wasn't, but it was definitely a while. It's Paper Pizzazz stamp cutouts. Okay. And I think this is really neat, and I kept it for a long time for a lot of reasons. But I want to show you that, like, there's some uniform, you know, triple stamps on one color. Actually, it looks like they're kind of all, oh, there's some double stamps. You know, there's a theme to some of them, that kind of thing. Here's what I did, and here's what we're going to do today. I made a big giant one because I was having fun. So these are stamps, and there are some of them on here are the ones that we made on the video with the stamp rolls. And so I've got this giant piece of stuff that I made with stamps that I have made myself. So, yes, I have this, and it is mass-produced, and other people did things. I was inspired by that and did my own thing with my own stamps, with my own combination of papers, and I really had a good time doing it. So, that's what we're going to do today. We are going to, actually, you know what? I'll even do it on one of these. Let's see, which one am I going to do it on? Let's do it on this one. Because I like the color, and it's going to add some interest, but also because it'll give us some writing place to write. It'll give us a place to write. That's what I was going for setting. That's where I was going with that. So right now I am just kind of digging for, whoa, I am digging for breaking my light. Okay, let's see. So I have some scraps. Sorry, I'm trying to pull a calendar off here. Here we go. I have scraps. And yes, I do have all of these scraps that I could use too. And I might, for right now, these are the extra pieces from, I made a book to hold my ephemera. But I made it and my needle broke when I started sewing it. So what I did was I just went through and taped everything together because I wanted to make sure that I had my book put together. And so the tape didn't work out. So I ended up having to redo it, but because everything was stuck together, it was gonna, I didn't want to go over and sew everything again. I wanted to do it better the second time. So, all right. So here's, okay, so I've got this piece and this piece. I'm like, I thought I'd gone over everything with cornstarch, a little cornstarch bag, and I guess it didn't do everything I wanted it to. Okay, so I am just going to take the Distress ink, and I'm going to ink the edges to make this look old. Okay. So basically this is, remember how I said we could take the stamp rolls and we could put them on paper, and that way it would look like we had torn an envelope off, torn it off with the envelope included. So that's pretty much what we're doing. Okay, so this is my Ever Ready glue wall. Let's see if I can grab this without knocking stuff over. Dude, I didn't even touch anything over here. It's haunted. And now other stuff is moving around. This is kind of funny. My cat's not even in here. Or my bunny. Anyway, I just got stuff moving around here, and nothing that I touched would have done any of what just moved. That was fun. Okay. I just got stuff moving around over here. It'll be fine. Let me know if it happens on camera. I go through and I watch my videos, which, again, I've got to update my links. But I'm just so happy to have the ability to make videos again. But I go through and I watch my videos, which, as I've said before, is weird to me. It's not weird to do it, I don't think, because how else do people remember everything that they've done, put on their videos, said, mentioned, wanted to link? I have to go through and I watch myself and I write it down as I say stuff. And it's really, it's just weird. So I'm just gluing with my Glue-All these pieces of paper. And it doesn't have to be in any order. It doesn't have to be in any direction. It doesn't, none of that. It's just how you want it to look. All right, let's grab some more. Okay, so I'm taking from this piece. Oh, I got a headless bird. These poor birds today. All the birds on my video are having issues. Okay. So when I use scraps, I genuinely use the snot out of my supplies. Okay. Alright, let's do this. This is basically just a collage with square pieces of different colored papers. Is what I'm going for. Different sizes, different colors. Look, let's use this one. There's that. Let's do that way. Okay. Collage, collage, collage. Oh, I didn't ink it. I didn't ink the last one. I'm pretty sure I went through and inked most of the ones on one of them that I did. I've done a couple of these because I took one and I scanned it in and I made it into a digital because I don't actually make digitals digitally. I make them out of like real paper. So I'm old school, yo. Alright. And you know what? Tearing this. Watch me tear this. You know what? Let's go mine off the side anyway. So. And I don't want you to think I'm just getting frustrated because I'm filming like this is me normally. I'm not very together. Alright, let's see. Sorry, I am cutting off screen. I'm just grabbing things that have nothing to do with these red and green colors now. Because I realized that I was just putting on red and green things. So, I want these to look now. I have some stamps that I've made that are big. Some of them are not as big. And clearly I have no idea what I'm doing because I just keep losing things. Anyway, so I was not able to, so my phone ended up being full because I am one of those people. And if you ever see my screenshots, you'll see that like I've got all the things at the top of the screen. So my phone was overloaded and I couldn't make any more videos, but I also couldn't delete anything more. I went through and deleted everything I could think of to delete so that I could put my videos on, upload my videos to YouTube, and I wasn't able to do that because not enough room. So I got frustrated, and then I got a hard drive because I didn't want, I didn't know what else to do, to be honest. I couldn't get it off my computer, on my computer, because my computer didn't have enough room. So I went through and deleted, because my son used my computer for a very long time. So I went through and deleted all the things I could delete on my computer, because I wanted to make videos, and then I wasn't able to do that either. So I was upset until I figured out a workaround, which is basically I got the hard drive, and now I've got it set up, and I can move stuff to it. So I moved enough stuff. So I filmed this on my computer, and because I'm having an issue with my computer browser, and I'll figure that out. That's not a problem, like now that I know that that's the issue. But that was part of the problem, was I couldn't upload from my computer where the video was saved from. So I've got, you know, no way to get it to my phone, no way to upload it from my computer. And I'm just kind of spinning my wheels. That's what was going on with me. So I was frustrated because I was watching myself become like more and more behind on the videos that I wanted to make and the things that I wanted to do, and I just couldn't do them. So now I have my hard drive, and I am able to, and I apologize to anybody. I don't I don't know if anybody was out there waiting for any of my videos, but if you were, I apologize for not getting them out any sooner than I did. Oh, that's... So then I made another book, and the other book had the same color scheme. Is the first one, and so all the scraps I have are pretty much in the same color scheme. That looks like it's the wrong way, so I'm going to put it the right way. And I, you know, just gluing cat hair down. Actually, I think that's a bunny hair. Oh, so funny idiot cat story. I love my cat. Don't get me wrong, but my cat thinks she's a bunny. My husband has walked into, so we have 4 bunnies. We used to have 5, and our bunnies eat hay, and they roam free. So they have the run of the house, basically. A couple of them are on schedules, but for the most part, like, we have one that's up in the boys' room, and he's out all the time. So my husband walks into the boys' bedroom, and he sees the cat. Oops, cutting stuff, sorry. He sees the cat in there with a piece of hay in her mouth, trying to choke it down. So she's looking at him and gagging on the hay, and looking at him and gagging on the hay, and trying to eat the hay. And that's why I say my idiot cat, because I love her dearly. She's my favorite, and I love her so much, but boy. So we know that she thinks she's a bunny, because she showed us that she thinks she's a bunny several times by several things that she's done. For example, if you have ever seen a bunny run and like kind of, it's almost like skipping. It's called binkying, and they do it when they're super duper happy, and it's like kind of a run and a sideways jump sometimes, or they'll kick their heels like under their bodies and run like really fast. And it's just a thing that bunnies do when they are happy, super happy. So anyway, our cat binkies. She does binkies, and I can't say that I've ever seen a cat do that before. But our cat binkies. So So we've got this Binky cat, which again is super cool. However, the bunnies eat paper too. We don't let them eat paper, but they eat paper. If they find paper, they eat paper. My cat, and I don't know if anybody has a cat that does this. I've never heard of a cat doing it. I've heard of cats playing with like batting around paper balls or whatever. You know, that kind of thing. But I had never heard of a cat genuinely chomping on paper. And she was totally doing that today. Like, I had to yell at her to stop eating my paper. And then I pointed out to her, because we had a very diplomatic discussion about it all, I pointed out to her that the bunnies aren't allowed on the tables because they eat paper. And then she stopped eating paper, which was definitely good. Whoops, bumped my camera. She stopped eating paper, which was awesome. But man, she's a peculiar cat. I'm cutting some fabric off camera, not on purpose, but because I'm still getting used to where the camera is. And I am cutting fabric to fit over this little gap here because I'm not going to put a stamp on it, but I wanted something colorful, and I happened to, my hand hit this. So it's colorful, it's nice, it's there. Apparently I've given up on all sorts of inking this. So yes, my cat was eating my scrap pile today, which did not wicked impress me, but also she's dopey, so I had to laugh because I don't even know what to do with her. Okay, so this is my jar o' stamps. I sat down and I made a bunch of stamps while I was waiting to be able to figure out how to get stuff off my computer and onto the internet. Okay, so this is Glue All, I believe. Yes, this is Glue All in a big bottle. It's a squirt bottle. Yes, Glue All. So I've just got I pulled the end of the plastic off this paper clip until I get a cover for this, but this is a Sugar Belle, Sweet Sugar Belle. It's an icing container, and so based on advice from online, I have begun to, I filled this and I'm using it for glue because it has a very nice tip that's not quite as fine as the art glitter glue, but is definitely way easier than using my paintbrush all the time. I love my paintbrush, don't get me wrong, but sometimes it's just not what you need. So these I'm going to ink. Dang it, I'm going to sit here and ink them while I talk to you nice people. Okay, so I got my dauber. Oh, I have been meaning to say this too, and because I wasn't making videos, I never got a chance to. So I went to the Dollar Tree. This is a piece of wood from a bag where in the section where you get like the rocks for putting in vases and stuff, like the decorative rocks. So I found these pieces of wood in a bag, like you get the rocks. This is a, like for under the furniture, the feet of a furniture, under the feet of your furniture so that they don't scuff the floors. This is one of those pads. So both of these things came from the dollar store. Now I got a bag probably about this big of these wooden things for $1. And I actually got a couple of them because I thought maybe I could make some stamps out of the smaller, skinnier ones. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, so I'm using these for my daubers for some of the things. This is my wine cork one that you guys have seen before. But this was neat because you can get a ton out of just a package of furniture. I don't remember what they're called. Felt pads for under furnitures. And sticks, pieces of wood. And the thing is that these are probably, I'm hoping, have been kiln dried and treated, or kiln dried at the very least, so that, you know, they're not gonna, I couldn't have made these without waiting a year for them because the wood would have had to dry out. So I don't like waiting that long. So I'm not gonna. So I bought them when I saw them. Yeah, so I'm not really too worried about which stamp goes where. I am just going to put my stamps down. I have some bigger ones that I'll probably put on bigger pieces of the paper. But yeah, I've been like really sad not being able to make videos. But the other thing I've also been is plotting my next videos. So I want to get catched up. Jeez. I want to get caught up. I would like to get caught up on my videos because I have a plan for where I want to be by the end of September and the videos I want to have had made, and I have not been making them. So I may actually change my upload schedule for the time being so that I can catch up, if that's possible. So I just sat down and I made a ton of stamps one night out of my scraps. I just literally slap 2 pieces of paper. Like I would just cut squares and slap them on another piece of paper and cut them out. So there's that. I stopped trying to put them on here too, didn't I? I stopped putting them where I might need them. I might have some extra inked stamps. We'll see. That's a lot of red though. I don't think I want to use all that red. So, hey look, more red. Red it is. Oh, I should probably put this back for now. So I just covered the ink, or this is the ink. I just covered the glue back up. So there are caps you can get online for the Sweet Sugar Belle containers. I just have not gotten one yet. So let's see. I'm trying to remember things I was going to talk to you about. But I can't really remember specifically anything that, okay. All right. That I wanted to mention. Okay. Yep, that's too many reds. So I'm gonna not use those. I'm gonna knock the camera again. All right. That one's too small. I don't want to put one that small on there. These might work. These will work for that one. There. And the thing about this is that it cost me scraps. I made this with all of this with scraps. So, like, I'm not out anything if I don't like the way it looks. And really, I've just got some neat paper that I can cut up and use however I see fit. For tags, actually I have made tags out of my scanned copies of this. Okay. So, looks like we're creeping up on time, but that's good because I'm almost done with this particular video. And so today, this background is almost done. Let's see. I also have a folder of stuff that I have made on videos to use in future videos. So I'm trying to kind of keep stuff organized that way so that if I make something, like hopefully it won't be the last time you see it and then you won't know how to use it. Like hopefully I'll be continue to make videos that use stuff we've made together. So I'm just gluing these down, and then I'm going to cut, I'm going to do that one sideways. So there. And then I'm going to cut, when I'm done, I'm going to cut the edges of the paper so that it's not overlapping here. But so basically, all right, I feel like this part is boring, but I'm just gonna keep gluing these down and talking. So I'm way behind on the prompt of the day, and I'm way behind on the question of the day. I caught up in the group. So if you want to know what the question of the day are, are, depends on the day and how many I put up there, because I fell behind and I was posting like 3 of them in the group at one time. So the question of the day and the prompt are both caught up in the group. So if you want to know what they are, the group is called Wicked Crafty Mom. It's on Facebook. And well, that's all I got for that. So let's see. So if you guys see me using my kids' projects, which you probably will, all cut up and whatnot like this, don't worry, for everyone that you see on the screen, I have about 500. So it'll be fine. And the ones that I use are typically not labeled, or they're one in a series. So I'm just sticking down everything. I might want to put it under a book. I'm just cutting off the edges because I like the nice crisp edges, so I can tear it, you know, because I'm a weirdo. Alright. And you can use cloth for any of these pieces. That was the only one I used because that's one that happened to find my hand. So, now we have this paper. I'm going to put it this way so you can see more of it, I think. Let's see if I can. Yeah, no, I can't. Okay. Close. Alright, I'm just going to keep making grunting noises into the camera until I figure out how to make it work. Anyway, this is what we've got. So I think, I think, I think it's an original piece, and I think that, I don't know, I like it. I think it's going to be fun to work with. I have photocopied and made things out of this paper like this, because when I scan it and copy it and turn it into a digital, then it's flat, which makes it a little easier to work with. And also, I got some Happy Mail, and it super made me happy. Oops. I'm going to not show my address or the envelope, but this, I got these beautiful envelopes. And they're clear, well, transparent. And then the cards to go with them, and they are gorgeous, and I can't wait to put them in a journal. I'm super excited. And then this is, nope, yeah, they're both the same. Okay. Well, no, kind of. So there's this one, and that, and then the two envelopes. So I'm very excited that I'm going to be able to use these. And thank you, Desert Magic April. I appreciate it. I'm super tickled. Whoop. So that concludes our videos. If you like what our videos, yeah, the video you and I made together, that concludes our video. So if you like what you saw today, please go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. Please check out my Facebook group. It is Wicked Crafty Mom. I hope it's easy to find. And thank you for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.